do you remember this iconic ad? If you have seen movies from the year 2004 to 2007, you probably would have, as that was the time this anti-piracy ad naming "You Wouldn't Steal a Car" was at its peak. It played before every film in the theatres, primarily in US, Australia and New Zealand, and as well as on the DVD versions of it. I saw it first when I was a kid on a pirated DVD hooked to an 18-inch old CRT TV, and it stuck with me ever since. The medium that I was using is illegal. Piracy has a bad rap of almost like a minor crime. The ad certainly made it seem that way. But what if I told you piracy is not that bad? In fact, it can be beneficial in some cases, and I'm not the only one saying that. Here's Anurag Kashyap talking in favor of it on EIB podcast.
Do you think piracy actually helps good content?
Like you said that you really enjoyed that you owe your career to torrents almost. You said
I owe it to my torrents because people saw my work on torrents first. Whether it's Black Friday or Panch, people saw it on torrents and pirated DVDs.
Let us get one thing out of the way. Preventing piracy doesn't mean the artist will earn more for their work. It's usually beneficial for the studios as they will generate more income, but it's not guaranteed that the artist will get a cut of it. Piracy happens due to a complex combination of technology, economic, and human behavior. They all play their part. The internet has played a huge role in changing the way information is spread in the modern world, but that spread is not uniform. There are many countries where access to art is limited, especially if it contains something that is provocative for the region. In that case, piracy is the only resort left for free spread of ideas, not bounded by the narrow mind of a leader or a religious group. The weekly package of Cuba is a good example of this, where people stack up seasons of shows and films and spread it through portable devices for an easy price. You can watch this in detail on a Vox video, link is in the description. Piracy also enables the reach of films to a wider audience. Just listen to Anurag for this.
But piracy, see, it's a big study that was done recently. That when you ban the torrents and take out these sites that upload and download, you can download from, it actually helps a Harry Potter or a big tentpole film. But it kills the small movie.
Yeah.
Because small movies people often see these movies when a friend who's a geek who recommends it to them. So those geeks who are in front of their laptops have suddenly lost access to those movies and they've stopped recommending. So the small film business is going to die out. So you'll only be attacked with superhero shit and the world is ending and this and that and all those things. Those are the only films that will reach you after a while because rest other films will die out if torrents go away.
On top of this, archiving is also something enabled by these torrents, especially for smaller budget films, as many times they are produced by indie filmmakers who don't have the expenses to store their film on a server for many years. Many old Indian films fall under this category as they are forgotten by most of the people. Torrent certainly brings those memories back. And I know what you might say, that nowadays everything is available on an online streaming platform. And yes, you are right, but keep in mind that these platforms became mainstream only a few years back. Before that, you had to buy copies and those cost a huge sum. With the cost of materials so high, experimenting becomes a bit challenging. And so, these studio films take the cut here too, leaving barely anything for an unknown director's debut feature. For a long time, Netflix and Spotify stopped the rise of piracy by their cheap plans where people didn't feel the need to illegally download something as it was easily available. That thing fostered innovation as competition from piracy can incentivize distributors to innovate with their business model. Success of streaming was largely due to its low cost compared to cable and ease of access, which made pirating films pointless and time consuming. But now the tables have turned as piracy is on the rise again, as lots of streaming services offering lots of shows came to the market, out of which really a few of them are worth watching, and buying all of them doesn't make any sense. Hence, say hello to a dear friend, the Pirate Bay. Many artists are even benefiting from the peer-to-peer technology which is used by torrents. The Tunnel, a 2011 Australian film, did exactly that. They released their film on BitTorrent, hoping that it would get people's attention, and it did exactly that. After that, they had special screenings with the cast Q&A sessions. They then approached a bunch of streamers, which gave them a cut in their advertising revenue. People bought their DVD even if film was available for free. Why? Because they wanted to support the creators. Overall, their brilliant marketing strategy was praised by a lot of people in the business. This self-controlled form of production is currently used by comedians, as many of them now release their special on YouTube rather than on sites like Netflix, where their payment is huge and most importantly fixed. They take the risk of self-publishing in order to take control of their own work. The process also builds a solid fan base for them as their work is free for the world. Andrew Schulz recently released an entire special on his site for a limited time, which was paid. In the final days, this was his message.
What up, guys? You can pirate my new special, Infamous, right now. I would appreciate it if you bought it at theandrewschultz.com. It stops going on sale this Sunday.
Telling people to pirate his stuff clearly explains that he knows people gonna watch it one way or the other. Publicly acknowledging the pirate copy made people contribute to his original work if they felt it was worth it. After a few months, he released the entire special on his YouTube, making the pirate copies worthless. This strategy extended his reach to those who could not or would not pay, while the YouTube release generated passive income and made his work freely accessible worldwide. And well, this plan may not work on a $100 million production, but that's not the point I'm trying to make here. People will pay for the stuff if they think it's worth spending on. Not everyone who pirates a film would have gone to the theaters to see it otherwise. Same way, I'm not going to pay for any random subscription to watch just a few of their shows. For a surprising fact, these so-called freeloaders are actually the best active consumers and spenders. Studies on music in Canada, France, and Norway have found strong correlation between high piracy and high sales. Freeloaders are the best consumers of paid content. Even many IT experts see piracy as a system-created problem. Many times, piracy increases the demand for legal software. Take the video editing space for example. Many people start with pirated version, and once they get good at it, they buy the licensed version for their professional use. And what if you don't like the editing space or got bored of it? Well, you can just quit anytime. It's not that you paid a hefty price for the software. Due to this, many kids learn the skill in their summer break. Nowadays, Adobe and many other companies are offering a limited free plan or charging from only professionals, as they know it's stupid to charge a 14-year-old who may only use the product for a few months out of curiosity. She's just going to use the pirated version anyway. My closing statement would be that piracy does not happen due to people's desire to consume content for free, but due to the lack of proper distribution system to the consumers at a reasonable price, where piracy is the only sensible thing left to do many times. The so-called artists that are affected by it are majorly companies. Studio system never made possible for an aspiring filmmaker to quit their 9 to 5 and make a living doing what they love the most. Not the music level companies have benefited songwriters. Torrent is not the reason many artists cannot make a living from their dream. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you loved the video, give it a like and press the subscribe button. Just for a fun fact, the background music used in the piracy ad was actually stolen itself.